Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. I am actually testing out for the first time the Douce palette from Juvia's place, and this is what the shades look like from the inside. I did use quite a few. I used the first row, the purple in the middle, the pink here, the brown here, and a little bit of this shade and this shade. The only shadow that I did not play with in this collection is the green one. That is something that I want to do next. I did use my new Kat Von D Metal Crush highlighter in Gold Skool. This stuff is amazing, and I broke out my Nicki Minaj and MAC collection of the pink print. This is what the lipstick shade looks like. So if you guys want to see more of the Juvia's Place palettes, because I do have 4 of them, and I got Nubian, Festival, Zulu, and the Douce. So I do recommend them, I do like them, and I'm going to do a swatch as well of all the shades from the Douce palette, and please let me know if you guys want to see anything else on my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one, and stay tuned to see how I did this look. Going to start this look with a Sigma E55 brush. I'm going to use this Kat Von D 10-year anniversary palette. White shade from the palette that we're going to be using doesn't really have any matte whites, and I always like to set my brow bones with matte whites. So we're going to do that with this shade. We're going to bring this color all the way down to the crease. Make sure everything's all set and ready to go. And from Juvia's Place, we're going to be using the Douce palette. And the first shade that we're going to be using is this shade right here, Berry Mousse. And I'm going to be using a Morphe R37 brush. And we're going to put this in the crease as a transition. And I'm going to be putting this shade on pretty heavy. I'm pulling it to my brow as well. And it's almost the same color as my eyelid, so this shade won't show up as much. The next shade I'm going to be going in is with Creme. I'm going to be using a Morphe M560 brush to apply this. And I'm going to be doing a cut crease kind of look, so I'm just going to bring this shade up above my crease, kind of to sketch out where I want the crease to go. And bringing this out as well. Going back in with that R37 brush and just blending this out really slightly. Going in with Crepes and a Morphe 215 brush. And I'm going to start stamping this color where we laid that pink shade, just to intensify the line. Going back in with that Morphe R37 brush, blending this out really lightly. Going back in with Creme on that R37 brush, smoking that out. Back in with Crepes. Going into the shade Custard and a BH Cosmetics number 8 brush, and patting this in the outer corner of the eye and bringing it almost halfway through the eye onto the eyelid, building up the shade. Wiping away any fallout, and going into a Sigma E25 blending brush and with Custard again and blending this shade out. Going back in with that Sigma E8 brush, more of the custard shade, building the shade up again. Blending it out real lightly and building it up last time. Blending it out real lightly. Going in with the shade Chocolat with a BH Cosmetics number 7 brush and pat some of this on the outer V, bringing it forward to deepen up the outer V. And blend it in a little bit. Going back in with that Sigma E55 brush and blending the two colors into each other. Until you're left with something like this. I'm going to go into a mixture of crepes and creme on this Morphe M560 brush and intensify the line right where we had the purple. Going back into that Morphe R37 brush and blending it out. Using the Sigma E25 brush and just pulling this out a little bit. Going in with a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape in light medium and a mini E56 shader lid brush from Sigma, and I'm going to cut this front crease in the front half and drag it into the purple. Flip it over and pat it in a little bit. And I've been using a mini color switch to clean off some of my brushes. And to set that, I'm going to be using the shade Puffs with a MAC 242 brush. I'm going to go in first without any Fix Plus and set it, and then I will use some Fix Plus afterwards. Pulling that shade into the purple a little bit. Picking up just a little bit more of Puffs on that 242 and going in with MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. Spray my brush and pat the shade in. Just makes the shade more vibrant, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to go back into the Sigma E25 brush with a little bit of the custard shade and just blending out this line so it's not so harsh. Going with a little bit more of Puffs, smooth out the line as well. Back in with that Sigma E25 brush. I'm going to go into the shade Tarte with a Morphe M431 brush and put this in the inner corner as a highlight. A little bit more of Tarte on that same brush. Go back in with MAC Fix Plus and spritz my brush and intensify that inner corner, and you can see the different color that it does when you do spray that in there. Going to go into the shade Mont Blanc and using a Studio Gear number 29 brush and back in again with my MAC Fix Plus, and we are going to trace out this front line and do this ollie from the inner corner to the outer corner. Going to go back into the E55 brush and that white shade from Kat Von D's 10-year anniversary palette, and just make sure that the brow bone is blended out. Going in back into the Morphe R37 brush and lightly blending that out. For mascara, I'm going to go into the Bad Gal Bang from Benefit Cosmetics mascara and put a coat of mascara on. I'm going in with a pair of Lilly lashes in the style Goddess. And I'm using a pair of Tartest eyelash helpers to actually apply the false lashes. And I did trim these lashes down pretty far because they were quite long. So I'm going to let these eyelashes dry, and we're going to continue on to the lower lash line. I'm going to go into the shade Creme with the Morphe M560 brush and put this from the inner corner to the outer corner. Going in with a little bit of custard and a Morphe M165 brush and pressing this into the lash line. Going back into that Sigma E25 brush and blending these two shades together and blend seamlessly. Blend, blend, blend. Going back into the shade Chocolate on that Morphe 165 brush and just putting this in the outer corner. Back in with that Sigma E25 brush and blending that out. Going in with the shade Berry Mousse with that Morphe R37 brush and just going underneath the two pink shades just to blend it and smoke it out just a little bit more. Going in with Marc Jacobs Pink of Me. This is going to go on my lower waterline. Going in with Bad Gal Bang mascara from Benefit Cosmetics. And I'm going to be putting this in the lower lash line. And this is the completed eye look. Alright, now we're actually going to work on the face. I'm going to zoom out so we can work on the face. For bronzer, I'm going to be going into Ambient Luminous Bronze Light from Hourglass. And this has been one of my favorite bronzers to use, and I use it all the time. And I do recommend it. And I'm going to be using a BH Cosmetics No. 1 brush. I'm just going to put this all over as a bronze and contour. Not really contouring today, just warming up the face. And then putting this bronzer in all the same spots that I always bronze as well. I'm going to be using a beauty blender that I was using to apply my foundation and just patting in some of the areas to make sure that nothing is too thick. I'm going to go into the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette with the Kat Von D Shade and Light brush. And I'm going to pick up these two shades right here and just set my T-zone. Going back into the bronzer from Hourglass and the SOHO brush that I've been using, and I'm going to do a nose contour. And on the bottom side of my nose, going back in with the beauty blender and just tapping over those areas, make sure it's all blended. Using a little bit more, going in the middle of my Cupid's bow, and on the bottom side of my lip. Back in with that beauty blender. For blush, I'm going to go into Galifornia from Benefit Cosmetics. Super pretty, nothing obnoxious and in your face, and it's got a little bit of luminosity to it. And I'm going to use my Morphe E4 brush and blend this in. And you can see this ties into the eyeshadow as well. Back into the beauty blender For highlighter, I'm going to go into the Kat Von D Metal Crush in Gold Skool. For highlighting brush, I'm going to use a Morphe M510 brush, and I'm going to use a little bit of Scandinavia, the Makeup Finishing Spray, and get this brush a little bit wet, and I'm going to apply the highlight. And you can see how much more intense the highlight is. Thing is amazing. And just look at that color, so pretty. Just an amazing color. And I'm going to put this on the high points of my brow. Not so intense of what the sides of the face are. Picking up a little bit of this on my finger and putting this on my nose, Cupid's bow, and just a little bit on my chin. If you can get your hands on this highlighter, I definitely recommend it. You will not be let down by this. This stuff is amazing. And then for lips, I'm going to use a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Iconic Nude. And just overdraw my lips just a little bit until they look like this. And I'm going to go in with MAC and Nicki Minaj collection in the pink print. Really pretty color. I've used it a couple of times, but I don't want to use it too much. And I'm going to blend that in with my finger. And I'm going to go in with a little bit of Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Gloss in Vintage. And pat this in as well. Alright guys, this is the ending of the look using the Juvia's Place palette, and this is in the collection The Douce. And I do like this palette a lot. Definitely is more of the easier tones to work with, and I definitely do recommend this palette so far. I'm gonna work with this a little bit more, but I wanted to come up with this fun little glitter look and also with the pink lip, and just using some things that I got new and some things that I have old. So if you guys like this kind of look and if you want to see more, because I do have the Zulu from Juvia's, Festival palette from Juvia's, and Nubian as well from Juvia's Place. Please let me know in the comment section below what palette you want to see next on my channel. And if you want to see another look using the Douce palette, please let me know as well. Comments in the comment section, and please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also hit that bell. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye! And this is the swatches of all the shades. Definitely my swatches don't give justice to this palette. So these are the shades from the palette. Chocolat, Tarte, Creme, Macaroon, Custard, Puffs, Berry Mousse, Mont Blanc, Crepes. Very nice shades, very buttery and very pigmented. And this is the Douce palette from Juvia's Place.